Alright, today I'm going to show you how I built the squat rack with built-in pull-up bar, as well as weight plate storage for the home garage gym. Let's check it out. While I'm cutting up 2x4s here, let me tell you why I built what I built. I wanted a squat rack to meet three main goals. It has to be safe, functional, and mobile. Safety's obvious. It's got to be stable and easy to use so I don't hurt myself. For functionality, I wanted it to work for squats, bench press, and pull-ups. And I wanted it to be mobile and have a small footprint. I have a very small space in the garage for this thing, so while the larger cage-style designs are no doubt better, they're also much larger and much harder to move. I wanted to be able to move this setup easily and even use it outside in the lawn for a nice change of scenery. This design is simple, cheap, and meets my needs. Okay, so there's a few things I don't like about this design now that I've been using it for a couple months. If you decide to build one just like this, I want you to be aware of this stuff. So let me tell you the things I don't like. Alright, so the first thing is, it's got a bit of wobble if it's not on a perfectly flat floor. It's not really detrimental, it's perfectly safe, it doesn't move enough to be a problem, but it's kind of annoying. I could shim the feet, that would certainly take care of it. Obviously that would work. I looked at doing leveling feet, but with a weight-bearing system, obviously, it's not really effective to put leveling feet on it because all the weight would be on those 4 feet and they'd probably break the frame. So it's just a little bit annoying. If the floor was perfectly flat, it would work. It is what it is. It's just got a little bit of wobble to it. Kind of annoying. Alright, so the next issue is going to be the hold position for the pegs to hold your bar. I'm not happy with the hold positions. So I had set this all up ahead of time, measured everything out. I set up my weight bench, I set up my squat, I used my height, I did a bunch of measurements. I thought I had them where I wanted them. Now that I'm using it, the holes are a little off from where they need to be. And spacing's a bit weird. So my suggestion, if you build this, build the whole thing first. Set it up in your gym. You know, set your squat height, try your bench, and mark your holes and measure and test and measure and test and measure. Then drill your holes to get them exactly where you want them. Because I think it's going to be different for every person. I thought about just telling everybody, look, here's even spacing all the way down, but it doesn't really work. Especially when you get down to the ones you're using for bench press. They tend to want to be a little closer together, I'm finding, than you would for squat. So set it up first, then do the holes, test and measure, then do your holes. Okay, so last thing is the pull-up bar height. These are 8-foot 4x4s. I did not cut them down, so my pull-up bar is all the way at the top of the 8-foot 4x4. It certainly works fine, but it's a little tall. I could stand it to be a little bit lower. I'm 6 foot tall, so it's a pretty good jump up there. Again, if you're going to build it for yourself, put the pull-up bar where you want it. All that said, it certainly gets the job done, and it's still far cheaper than any decent rack you can buy. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. Really appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.